Hello， 大家好啊，又我 Peter 啊嘛。今日早少少開直播啊，費事次次睇人哋直播都遲到。OK， 咁我哋今日睇一齊睇呢個 City Project Red 自己開嘅 NightCity 第2集啊。咁再次公佈呢個 Cyberpunk 2077嘅遊戲情報嘅。咁啊，應該係得半個鐘嘅啫。咁睇完我哋就翻去玩 Disco Elysium嘅。咁嚟緊8月咧即係雖然今日講 game 嘅係有啲即係我都唔知點擺啦個心情啊！但係就嚟緊8月咧，我哋亦然都會係有呢個 Xbox Series 唔知乜嘢嘅硬件公佈嘅，可能係會講翻 Series S 因為今日咧就露出咗嗰個手掣嘅包裝，咁就係支援呢個 Series S 嘅寫住。一路等緊嘅時間咧，咁我係一路都係喺度刷住 GBF 先啦，係啦。咁仲有幾分鐘佢就開始㗎啦。每1分鐘佢仲會啲一次提醒你添，真係。開個，哎呀，我嘅 iPad 同埋第2部手機都係一齊同一時間冇電嘅。同一時間冇電1分鐘。因為係完全冇人嘅，早啲開都係冇人嘅。開始啦！You don't believe in no fate. Every day digging the grave. Stepping up here with the snakes. City of dreams, city of. 咁
Hello and welcome to episode 2 of Night City Wire. This is the show from us at CD Projekt Red, where we talk about all things Cyberpunk 2077. In today's episode, we're going to be deep diving into life paths and showing you a brand new gameplay video, as well as having a chat to Philip from our quest team. Then we're going behind the scenes and taking a look at how Refused to bringing the band Samurai to life. And then we're showing you another new gameplay video and having a chat to Pavel, our senior gameplay designer, about just some of the tools of destruction that will be at your disposal in Night City. So let's get started. Street Kid, Nomad or Corpo? Which will you pick first?
邊有得玩啫？我又唔係嗰啲記者。就算有玩都唔可以出片嘅，又唔可以講。Choose your character backstory.
Well, who do we have here?
Grew up in Haywood. Whole street was my family.
Hello.
Neighbors helped each other out. Thought nothing of it.
I am pleased to see you have not forgotten your roots.
Born here, live here, die here.
Childhood memories. Hopping buildings, running away from badges. Iron tasted blood from a split lip.
Motherfucker.
Got everybody fighting for a slice of the street.
Get the fuck out of Vista.
If it keeps getting jumped, you find some stronger choopers.
Do you want to spend the rest of your days blasting scabs? Or become a legend overnight?
We have arrived. The Major.
Ready to get your cherry popped? Yeah, come on.
呢上次睇過晒㗎咯啲。呢個上次都睇過啦。其實你係可以喺個 NightCity 嘅出邊嗰度咧，過住呢個遊民嘅生活嘅。
First kiss in the middle of a synth cornfield.
即係住喺啲好細嘅平房，甚至乎喺啲流動嘅房屋入邊。完全唔需要理會個城入邊發生嘅事，但同一時間你都係可以爆到機嘅。
My family's in pieces. That's why I'm headed for Night City.
Makes you an outcast among outcasts.
Miss this, you know?
係啊，今日大手報啊，直頭係。
I know. I saw it in your heart the first time we met.
下晝嗰陣時，啲人以為黃之鋒都俾人拉埋添。
Know what I always liked about nomads? Your taste, no, hunger for freedom. Not easy to come by in Night City. Corp's got their grubby claws and everything.
I have those reports you asked for.
They were supposed to be ready yesterday.
The world's going to tear us apart when the word gets around.
The world's never going to find out.
If I go down, you're going down with me. No! I'm not fucking joking.
This isn't a request, V.
應該有喎。
No way you're fucked, right? You're the one who fixes other people's shit.
If you work in Arasaka counter intel, you're always fucked.
Today, they got you to zero somebody. Tomorrow, they'll get somebody else to zero you.
What's the rules, Jack? Want to be top? Gotta have some skin in the game.
Yeah, but you're not on top. Saburo Arasaka is. And you're the pendejo who keeps him there. Work for yourself, live for yourself. That's the only way.
但係你要睇女性小便嘅畫面，你係要揀女性角色喎，你睇住自己小便喎。咁跟住如果但係隻 game 係第一身嘅喎，咁如果你係做女性角色嘅話，咁你搏嘢嗰陣時，咁你咪望撚住個男人咯。
It actually affects your time quite a lot throughout the whole game, but let's start at the beginning, because basically our game has 3 different starts depending on your life path. As an example, if you choose the street kid life path, you have lived most of your time in Night City. You know the streets, you know the gangs, you know the slang, you kind of know what's going on in the, let's say, lower life aspects of the city, which can of course give you lots of good opportunities also later on in the game. But if you start as a nomad, you actually used to be part of a nomad clan and a nomad family, because nomads that roam the deserts around Night City that we call the Badlands actually value their family above anything. But for one reason or another, you actually left that family behind. And now the beginning of the game for you will actually be how to get into Night City and how to make
但係啲嘢就唔會咁快定嘅，因為你話印隻 game 印隻碟都可能係10月先至印，喺10月之前嘅其實隨時都可以話延期都得嘅。其實
but actually inside the boardroom, because you rose the corporate ladder of the Arasaka Corporation, which basically gives you the ability to sometimes, read between the lines, read people when they're trying to do business, which of course can give you many nice opportunities later on.
So this isn't just about the start of the game. Can you maybe help people understand how this translates into the gameplay?
Yeah, so the thing is, we make Cyberpunk a real RPG, and part of that is that you can play your character from the start to the end. And of course, we have these life paths affecting the beginning of the game, but we wanted to make it so you have your life path opportunities throughout the whole game until the game is over. And as an example, we do that by giving you additional options in dialogues. So I can give you one specific example. And this is a mission where you have to steal a flathead robot from the Maelstrom gang. Basically, those Maelstromers stole that flathead before from a corporate transport. And the owner of that corporate transport, Meredith Stout, wants you to do something else. And this is an optional objective. And even within that objective, we want to give you some options. So as an example, if you have a corporate life path, you basically know what Meredith Stout is really about. You can read between the lines and you can get some additional options that maybe actually later enable you to do a completely different thing with the Maelstrom gang. And if you're a nomad, you know exactly some more details about how these Maelstromers would have even been able to steal a robot like that from Meredith Stout, who's part of the very powerful Militech Corporation. As a street kid, we as an example don't give you a specific new dialogue option in that dialogue, because as a street kid, you do not have a lot of experience dealing with higher up people like Meredith Stout. But we want to give you additional options that fit your life path very well. So later when you actually talk to the Maelstrom gang, one member of the gang offers you some illegal substance, but as a street kid, you actually know what this is about. You can talk some shop with him, and that might actually make that character like you a little bit more.
So Philip, I do have a couple of extra questions for you based on the video we just saw. And the first is about nomads.
其實都同平時嘅 RPG 差唔多，唔係即係對於好多未玩開 RPG 嘅人嚟講係應該比較新奇嘅，揀唔同嘅人物背景係會有唔同嘅，係咯，係會有唔同嘅對話選項，冇咁快啊！佢陣間係會繼續再講新嘅武器啊，佢陣間要講。
You can even see Night City on the horizon. And we want to give you the option later in the game, if you want, you can just take your car and drive out of the city. You can go there whenever you want. Thing is, you might not want to, because the Badlands can be a pretty dangerous place at first, because time has not been very kind to the Badlands. There have been many wars in the past. There's global warming. So most people that do live out there don't really have another choice about it, or are nomads that love this life and are all about it and are very battle-hardened. We, of course, also want to tell their stories, because we want to tell many, many different stories throughout the cyberpunk genre, which means that you will also find missions that lead you out in the Badlands or where you deal with the people living there.
So Philip, can you tell us a little bit more about the character, Padre? He's the guy we see giving his business card to Street Kid V in the video. Who is this man?
Yeah, so Padre is actually one of the fixers in Night City. And fixers are people that work as intermediaries. So if someone who has a lot of money needs a problem solved, they go to a fixer. And a fixer then finds people who can solve that problem. And these people are people like you, the cyberpunks. Fixers are very territorial. So Padre specifically works from Haywood, which is where you as a street kid grew up in, so you already know him. You might have already seen another one of our fixers who is called Dexter Deshawn, and he works in a different part of the city. So specifically Padre, you might know him as a street kid, but even if you played other life paths, you might sooner or later meet him because he's operating in Haywood, which is a pretty big place with many good jobs. So if you want to make some cash there, you will sooner or later deal with Padre.
Philip, thank you so much for joining us. Now, on my first playthrough, pretty sure I'm going to be picking Nomad, but for those watching, we would love to know what you'll be picking, so have a think about it and send us a tweet. Don't forget that later in this episode, we're going to be showing you another new gameplay video and having a chat to Pavel, our senior gameplay designer, about just some of the tools of destruction to be at your disposal in Night City. But before that, let's talk about music, because music plays a huge part in bringing Night City to life.
跟住係幕後講音樂，我頭先唔記得咗佢第二條片係諗住講啲乜嘢。
But today we're going to take a look behind the scenes at how refused to bringing Johnny Silverhand's band Samurai to life.
I wouldn't write these lyrics for myself. So it's kind of interesting to get into like the mindset of who is this character and what would they write about, or what's their agenda. It's interesting to try to like catch a language that's his and try to catch a language that's like a part of this game.
香港其實都係一個好奇怪嘅地方。你睇住 Cyberpunk 嘅發布咧，你諗翻香港呢個地方咧，香港其實係得 Cyber 冇 Punk。
It was Piotr maybe who was a fan
好耐之前，即係香港仲係70、80年代嘅時候，或者甚至乎90年代嘅時候，啲人成日都覺得其實所謂嘅 Cyberpunk 根本就其實係香港嚟，好難得嘅一個地，因為你要成為一個 Cyberpunk 嘅地區咧，你本身嗰個地方嘅貧富懸殊要好犀利先得嘅，你係要犀利到好誇張先得嘅。咁而呢個世界上貧富懸殊最勁嘅地方就係香港。咁你有呢個貧富懸殊做基礎咧，你嗰個地區嘅文化咧就好容易去變成 Cyberpunk。咁所以啲人咧成日都覺得咧，你只要睇香港發展成點樣咧，你就要知道 Cyberpunk 咧喺現實之中咧係點樣發展。但係跟住過咗10年、20年係嘛？我哋回歸完之後。同埋係俾人收翻之後，跟住去到2000年、2010啊，去到2020，而家我哋而家得翻 Cyber， 我哋得翻 Cyber， 冇 Punk， 係一個好奇怪嘅現象嚟嘅。因為香港嘅貧富懸殊 keep 住咧係加大嘅繼續，但係喺呢個咁嘅條件之下咧，我哋係冇 Punk 嘅。
It's interesting as a musician to play another musician because that's essentially what we're doing. I mean, we're not here as refused, we're here as samurai.
係咯，所以就係點解咧？點解個地方竟然係咁樣，但係竟然係冇 Punk 嘅咧？係咪？即係你好似你睇住隻 game 係嘛？即係佢有好高嘅高樓大廈，有商業中心係咪先？因為出邊嗰度沙漠咧，就有啲周圍揸住車兜嚟兜去嘅遊民啊，住緊嗰啲流動房屋。你諗睇翻以前咪就係70、80年代嗰陣時，香港咪有好多嗰啲住喺山邊咧，求其啲鐵皮屋搭埋一齊嗰啲屋咧，咪就係基本上咪就係嗰啲 Badlands 嗰啲人嚟嘅啫嘛，係咪？基本上你無論你點樣諗一個地方，你只要諗到嗰個地方係貧富懸殊嘅話，你喺香港必定會揾到佢嘅 reference 嘅。但係我哋而家俾人嗰啲地方冇晒啦，而家冇人住鐵皮屋啦，係咪？冇人偷渡走嚟走去啦。亦都冇街頭嘅暴力啦，而家好少啦，你好少見到古惑仔斬人啦，係咪？你所謂嘅 street kid 咪就係即係街頭小子，咪就係所謂嘅街童啊，或者黑社會啊、黑幫仇殺啊、街頭斬人啊，係咪？嗰啲咁樣嘅活動，而家又唔見有啦喎。你有冇見過黑社會斬人咧？而家？
But I mean, I get it. I mean, we have to
跟住你又發現呢個城市，但係嗰個貧富懸殊係冇減少過嘅。但係無論係我哋見到 Johnny Silverhand 唱緊咧 ，Cyberpunk 係有一種特殊嘅音樂，係一種特殊嘅語言啊，所謂特殊嘅歌詞去表達Cyberpunk 嘅嗰種思想。我哋無論喺文化啦、娛樂啦，係嘛，任何嘅方面咧。都冇 punk， 但係個城市就 keep 住係非常之 cyber， 好奇怪嘅。究竟我哋撐緊啲咩咧？係咪啲人撐緊啲嘢咧？定係自從香港經過咗啲20幾30年之後，即係將個 punk 收埋咗之後，呢個世界其實已經唔會再見到即係 Cyberpunk 已經過時嘅啦，已經即係停留喺遊戲入邊嘅幻想啦，已經唔會再香港唔會再有，香港唔會再有，世界都唔會有㗎，因為全世界都冇可能有其他地方容許到好似香港咁高嘅貧富懸殊嘅。
Of making music, actually.
You can already find 3 Samurai tracks available on streaming services: Chippin' In, Never Fade Away, and The Ballad of Buck Ravers. But we're excited to announce a 4th new song called A Like Supreme, which is coming to streaming services today.
最緊要就係 Cyberpunk 嗰個 theme 啊 ，Cyberpunk 嗰個 theme 啊，就係無力感啊！你可以跟住佢講咁樣上 Spotify 聽翻。Johnny Silverhand Samurai 佢嗰隊樂隊嘅歌，你聽翻個歌詞，你再聽到入邊咧滿嘅全部都係無力感嚟噶。一個充滿無力感嘅地方係最 Cyberpunk 噶，但係我哋個城市係唔punk噶，你係唔知點解噶。
Hey V, I have a job for you. A client of mine is making an arms deal. He needs protection.It could get hot, very hot. The gun dealers are Maelstrom.
咁今日嘅阿 V 應該係，咦？點解又係男人嘅喂？開頭嗰陣時話今個第2集嘅直播係女性做封面，佢今集係講女主角個，又係男人嘅喂。Smart weapon， 先進。Thermal Katana， 我係想做呢個咪變咗做，咪變咗做未來嘅警井人啦。今年嗰個下限咁低，條你服撚得過啲人，你真係服撚得過 The Last of Us 咩？啲人覺得會冇可能啊！
Pavel, thank you so much for joining me. Now, there was an awful lot in that video, right? Because it's more than just guns.
Absolutely. We have melee weapons, we have ranged weapons, we have cyberware, we have offensive cyberware, defensive cyberware, armor. We could talk for hours and hours about this stuff.
I think just for today's episode, we should keep it simple and let's just talk about guns. Can you tell us the different types of guns that will be in the game?
So we have 3 distinct types of guns in our game. We have power weapons, we have tech weapons, and we have smart weapons. Now, power weapons are the most similar to contemporary weapons. One thing they can do, which normal weapons cannot, is ricochet bullets off of surfaces. So you can hit somebody hiding behind cover or hiding behind a wall. Now, tech weapons, on the other hand, use electromagnetic power to propel a fully metal projectile to extreme velocities. What that allows them to do is to punch through cover or punch through walls to hit somebody who's not even aware that you're there. Smart weapons use guided missile technology to actually track targets in real time. So you can hit somebody who's dodging, running away from you, or you can hit somebody who's hiding behind cover.
So Pavel, Cyberpunk doesn't just contain FPS elements, right? It's also a fully fledged RPG. So can you tell us how you guys approached introducing those RPG elements into gunplay?
So I can tell you one thing, Holly, it wasn't easy to merge those two elements together. Now, we've spent a considerable amount of time merging the RPG and FPP side of our game. What the player will experience is that V changes from a small-time mercenary to a legend in the world of NightCity. V becomes more and more proficient in using weapons as the game progresses. So they will see that reload times become shorter, the accuracy of your weapons grows, you will have faster aiming time, you will move faster with your weapons. Everything becomes more in your control, and that gives you more opportunities to defeat the biggest encounters that we've designed for you.
So I have prepared a few extra questions for you, Pavel, if you're feeling up to it.
Of course.
Okay, well the first is going to be, how do you find more weapons in NightCity? Like, where will players be looking for them?
So I expect the players to look everywhere for new and exciting weapons. You can, of course, buy weapons at vendor shops, and they will house an entire catalog of weaponry that you can get. However, the best weapons that you can find will be taken from enemies or loot caches that we have everywhere in NightCity. The weapons rarities range from common through uncommon up to rare and then legendary. And as they go in rarity, they actually climb in power. However, legendary weapons are very specific in such a way that they possess unique abilities that you will find on no other weapons in the game. The players will actually need to make some tough choices to find some legendary weapons, because maybe they need to choose whether to kill a person who holds the legendary weapons that they want, or to spare them because they like them as a character.
So next question, let's talk about weapon modifications. What mods can people give to their weapons in NightCity?
So we have two types of modifications in the game. One of them would be modifications that we call attachments. So these would be scopes and silencers, and you can see them actually being attached to your weapon as you're playing the game. They give you statistics advantage, and they give you more opportunities in gameplay. The other part of mods would be software mods. Now, these are basically small chips that you install in your weapon, and they actually change the statistics of the gun. They can give you damage, they can give you accuracy, or they can give you more fire rate. Some of those mods actually change the gunplay on a more fundamental level, so they can give you non-lethal rounds, biochemical rounds, to tear through that armor even faster.
So I suppose for my final question, why don't you tell us about your favorite weapon then? Which is your favorite weapon so far in NightCity?
Oh, there are so many weapons that it's hard to choose just one. But I can mention some manufacturers with their weapons that I absolutely adore. The first manufacturer would be Tsunami Defense Systems, who produces the sniper rifle Nekomata. That's a tech sniper rifle. That means that it can pierce through walls. So you can actually hit somebody who's hiding behind cover or who doesn't even know you're there. Of course, I also like a close quarters approach. And what that needs is a shotgun. One of the shotguns that we have in the game is Budget Arms Carnage. Now, that thing is cast from pure steel, and it weighs a ton. However, you can cut a person clean in half with it. Another shotgun that I absolutely love, it's for a more refined approach, I would say, is a smart shotgun, Kangtao Zhuo. That thing has 8 barrels, and that means it can track 8 targets independently. Now, killing an entire room was never simpler.
Pavel, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
I'm actually pretty interested to see what kind of weapons people discover when they play Cyberpunk for themselves. Before we end
好過
this is a
Witcher 淨係
reminder
得劍
that
嘅，咁
those who wish to
又
dive deeper into a lore can now pick up the world of Cyberpunk 2077. This is a brand new book created in collaboration with Dark Horse Books that will give you an extensive look at what makes Night City tick before jumping into the game this November. That is it for today's episode. Thank you so much for joining us. Don't forget that if you've missed anything, feel free to watch again. We will be uploading everything to our channels shortly. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll be back with Night City Wire Episode 3 soon.
呢直播係唔會完嘅，直至到出 game 都唔會完。佢要帶起大家嗰個討論，所以佢會不斷係咁講。See you again next time。我哋8月其實係仲會有呢個 Xbox 嘅直播嘅，佢又有直播嘅，係啦，即係 Xbox 講完到 PS5， 講完到 Xbox， 再講到 PS5， 再講一路咁講落去。你唔好睇Twitch 佢哋喺度刷 comment 啦。我哋玩翻 Disco Elysium。Disco Elysium 呢個 game 真係悶又唔係話好悶啊，但係咧就用好多時間去玩。Marvel 又係垃圾嚟嘅，即係我睇完嗰啲人嗰啲 gameplay 之後咧 ，Marvel 呢隻 game 係垃圾確定。OK， 成件事都戇交交。你淨係 Spiderman， 因為 Spiderman 係要 PlayStation 先有，你已經係戇鳩啦！妖成，你又唔係拎住 Sony 嗰個牌頭去整，上次人哋 Spiderman 就話拎住人哋 Sony 牌頭去整啫。你 Marvel 出嘅英雄遊戲，以前係Xbox One 啊都有出過蜘蛛俠噶嘛，大佬啊，邊撚度有可能係？整一隻 Avenger 嘅 game， 用支 Xbox 版就唔撚會有蜘蛛俠噶啦，咁樣戇鳩嘅。可能係唔會有得賣嘅 PS5。
Let me handle this. Detective disorientated. Are you still wondering where you are? This is Martinez, in case you've forgotten. I advise you not to overstay your welcome.
Marvel 真係好難講啊！其實一直對呢隻 game 都唔係好有好感啊。即當然最大嘅問題就係佢本身即係唔係話抄足電影嗰個人設，或者佢就算係抄翻漫畫嘅人設，又唔係話整得靚啦，咁啊真係冇辦法。你睇下人哋又要講翻本身 Marvel 嗰隻 Spiderman PS4 嗰隻，屌你人哋嗰隻 Peter Parker 同埋嗰個 Mary Jane 係幾撚靚啊！仆街啊！點解整到人哋超級英雄咁樣衰都早出嘅？哇！已經唔係好想玩嘅啦，跟住咧佢仲要本身咧同人哋講話佢係一隻拆裝嘅 game， 跟住拆撚完裝之後咧就係可以即係幫自己英雄着裝備啊咁樣，即係越嚟越勁，其實真係再打啲勁啲嘅關嘅咁樣。 咁好啦，咁跟住啲人去試玩啦，咁刷嗰啲關好撚悶啦，已經不在話下啦。因為執撚到嗰啲嘢呢，係着落個英雄度呢，係唔會有樣嘅，即係你只不過係個數字上咗咯。跟住你個英雄要換衫呢，你係要另外去做啲嘢去解鎖件衫，成件換晒，但係換件衫又唔會加數值嘅喎，係啦，即係換咗樣唔會加數值嘅，換件裝又唔會改樣啦，係分開嘅。咁其實執嚟係好撚冇意思嘅喎。跟住你諗下，你中意玩衫嘅嗰啲人呢，你執裝係冇意思嘅。你中意玩數值嗰啲人呢，咁你執衫係冇意思嘅。你搞到大家都好撚冇意思嘅，我都唔知隻 game 點樣運營落去。唉，冇噶啦，垃圾，確定。等睇啲人即係玩兩鋪就棄 game。除非大家真係覺得刷到撲街係咩啦，係好撚過癮啦，係咪先？即係你仲要幾個人一齊喎，衝入去喎，仲要去打翻同一關同一個 objective， 不撚斷係咁刷，都好撚有趣。我就唔信啦，黐線嘅咩？最緊要就係譬如你就算你玩 Mon Hun 啊。你4個人一齊去刷啊，都叫做可以4個帶太刀或者4個帶輕弩啊。佢隻 game 唔係喎，你一個人做咗 Iron Man 之後，你第二關就唔可以做 Iron Man 噶啦喎。正路係唔得噶嘛，正路梗係唔會同一時間有2個 Iron Man 啦，係咪先？咁點樣算啊？我隻 Iron Man 練到爆呢喎，跟住人哋用咗我就唔撚準用，咁點啊？咁玩唔到噶喎，咁樣係咪先？真係唔得嘅。玩 Spiderman 梗係睇故事啦，但係你話玩落去咧，梗係 Batman 好玩啲啦，係咪先？跳又話係做園丁。叮你老母咩？呢個 gardener 真係 I knew you were not a gardener.
Right. I'm not a gardener. I'm a legal counselor for the Dockworkers Union. So let's get to it. You're looking for Titus Hardy. You think he has information that will help you? Maybe he does. That's Titus. Talk to him. But know this. I'll be keeping an eye on you. No strong arming, nothing official. The District of Martinez does not recognize your authority to make arrests.
It doesn't matter if you recognize our authority. We will make an arrest if we have to.
What are we going to do to you? She starts laughing. It's a cold laughter, devoid of joy. Why did you say that? Did you forget you're a cop again? The union isn't going to do anything to you. It's not a crime syndicate. It's a labor organization. Goddamn right it is. If anything, it's the RCM who do things to people. But we digress. Just dock workers. Do dock workers spy on the police? We let you off easy, miss. Don't think it will happen again. Listen, you're more internationally. You are a mob enforcing the unlawful privatization of Evershire. 20 fat men in the Occident are stealing it all, and you are their bodyguards. 嚟緊咩啊？嚟緊Rocksteady 咪話整 Suicide Squad 嘅 game 咯，係咪？佢終於華納兄弟俾 DC 電影出遊戲嗰個版權俾佢啦。佢整 Suicide Squad 啊，咁啊應該可能可以啊，咁啊應該可能可以啦。即係而家我哋唔係打下 Harley Quinn 或者係打下 Deadshot， 我哋係用 Harley Quinn 同用 Deadshot。I like that. Good start. Let's take it a step further. Armed uprising or the union's plan. Look, a comedian. Expression Stephen. Do your job. Ask your question. Then get out of martinis. Strange. It's as if people don't believe a cop could be a socialist revolutionary. Like I already told you, I'm a legal counselor. Do you have any？ 佢係呢個 legal counselor， 即係佢真係可以夠膽死講得出嘅喎！屌你老味啊！即係點樣呢？ Suppose 我哋呢一個城市就分咗好多個區啊。咁其中你而家呢一個搞緊罷工，即係搞緊工潮嘅呢個區呢，就係喺兩個警區嘅中間，所以通常就冇個人理鳩佢嘅。佢哋已經玩撚到呢，因為覺得呢本身佔領呢一個城市或者呢一個地方嘅嗰班人呢，就係呢個侵略者。侵略者咁啊點呢？侵略者人哋都係佔領咗你啦，係咪先？侵略者人哋都係打贏咗你先至侵略到你啫。佢覺得而家所行嘅法律係呢個侵略者嘅法律。佢覺得你所謂執行緊你嘅執法呢，就係叫做係咯，冇經過佢哋嘅同意嘅。咁所以你嗰啲就唔算係法律嚟，係嘛？只不過係做人哋嘅走狗咁樣。都幾似我哋而家黑警嘅咁樣講法，就真係越講越似我哋而家啲黑警。咁啊都唔好理佢啦。咁但係你覺得人哋嘅法律係冇法律精神唔緊要啊？咁你點樣做 legal counselor 咧？請問？我明啦，屌佢就係 over my dead body 嗰啲 friend 嚟嘅。屌你！即係佢企喺個黑警面前講，我係幫佢 legal counsel 嘅，你仲唔係 over my dead body？Scrape the grass like bony finger. What do you 15？減12係因為要夜晚先睇到。
This is where you say your bits.
detective.
Challenge success。P 星第57警區最勁嘅 Finest scans the room, leaving the speaking to you. He trusts you, maybe against his better judgment, but he does.
Wow. The RCM sent us some big dick cops.
Real big dick cops. Look at them, reckless, swinging in the wind. Yeah, look at the big dick on that cop. Can't tell a dick that big what to do. Must be something in the water in Jamrock. Yeah, gave them real nice big dicks.
Yeah. Anyways.
You might want to start asking your questions now. It's not going to get better than this.
These guys are so macho. They are ready to confess to first-degree murder. Ask if it was them.我呢個第三個好撚 cheap 喎，屌你！我諗心諗我一講應該會舐撻嘅喎。我望多次間屋先。No, no, no. He points at himself. I see you. You've got business with my boys. You got business with me. He understood what you were doing, taking inventory of them. Now watch the other guys fuck it up by feeling out of line. Yeah, you fuck with the Hardy boys. You fuck with Titus Hardy. Shouted the scrawny red-faced man, 2 teeth missing in the front. Yes, falling out of line to please him. This is the best kind, and now this guy is going to... Relax, Dennis. No one is fucking you yet, said the 40-something man from the corner. The place drum hanging from his neck. 到呢個群眾問答環節就真係有啲似啲 suggestion 終於出晒嚟啦，真係有啲似玩緊 The Mentalist 嘅感覺。He used to take a dig at his friend. Floodgates open。其他人會跟住講啦。Yeah, Dennis, calm down. A blonde man in his 30s agrees. No one is fucking with you, you stupid fuck. Let Dennis enjoy his fucking, man. We don't mind. You notice gang tattoos. The man must be either Mesquite. 佢嗰個好難，佢嗰個係法文讀音嚟嘅。Or Salamarisian. The one knows how to keep things going. This one knows how to keep things going. He's a hothead, but not one to be taken lightly. The last one is a bit of black sheep. Yeah, the fat guy in the middle let out a light chuckle. You're not even being fucked, Dennis. Easy, fellas. We got company. Titus put an end to it. Let's see what brings the cop around. Too late. You already got a pretty good picture of these guys. You can tell this. You can use this. 嚟啦 What can I use it for? Fucking see something already. The red-faced man doesn't let you think. 咁我直接嚟啊！佢嗰個我哋個技能叫我哋直接嚟。我哋個腦入邊嘅點嘅嗰啲技能就係透過佢呢啲嘅 checking 嚟到睇下點樣俾提示我哋去過呢個咁嘅難關。基本上隻 game 本身就係有攻略嘅，就只不過睇下你嗰個人有冇點到嗰個技能，有嘅話佢就話俾你聽點做。係啊，佢直接同你講啊，根本你就係直接問佢哋係咪佢哋做咁就得㗎啦咁樣。咁我直接問㗎啦。後院嗰度掛住咗個人，係咪你做啊？ funny. But my partner and I have a serious matter to discuss with you. You are involved somehow. I just don't have proof yet. Well, maybe you should just fuck off then. Don't worry. The lieutenant catches Titus graces. We are resourceful. We will find a good topic for us to discuss. 呢句喺邊度彈出嚟嘅呢？等陣先，呢句喺邊度彈出嚟嘅呢？ Guess what? I've come upon something incriminating. Now that is a big boy's work. 咁要講埋呢句嘅嘞喎。如果之前嗰句嚇佢哋唔拋佢哋唔窒嘅話，我同阿 Joyce 講咗啦。呢個係你哋吊死嗰個係僱傭兵嚟，佢啲朋友嚟緊嘅啦。By friends, you mean his squad mates from the colonel? Wouldn't want to beat up his grandma. There is liquoring in the room. Some of the men put their beer down. Other people start doing it too. Let them come. The Hardy boys are right fucking here. You heard the man right here. We are armed. We got the whole district behind us, and Glynn is fucking crazy. 其實佢本身就咁掛條絲嗰陣時，我哋應該已經估到佢係一個士兵嚟嘅，只不過唔知係邊度嚟嘅士兵嘅。佢隻最僅餘嘅衣裝嗰對鞋嗰對靴係一個護甲，係一個護甲嚟嘅。咁大家應該估到係士兵嚟嘅。其實佢哋唔知道嗰兩個剩翻嗰兩個僱傭兵有幾咁危險。因為原本呢一個僱傭兵係俾人偷襲，所以先至係俾人捉住咗叫做所以先至會死嘅。咁啊，剩翻嗰兩個呢，就唔會再係咁樣啦，係咪？即係3個人本身一個小隊都係呢個嘅殺人嘅高手嚟嘅，剩翻嗰2個人要報仇呢，其實就好撚黐線嘅會變咗，因為佢哋着住嗰套所謂嘅盔甲呢，係平常嘅槍根本就打唔穿，就唔好話你用即係唔係槍嘅武器添啦，係咪更加打唔穿？即係2個人仲要有自動武器，基本上要殺晒呢度成村人呢，係易如反掌嘅。咁睇下究竟佢仆你仆喺邊嘅啫，係嘛？你以為人多好辦事係啊？人哋去到你屋企嘅時候，淨係殺你一個，你就唔會人多好辦事噶啦。俾個比喻佢哋聽下，可能唔明嘅。山野村夫邊度聽得明呢啲比喻？So with the local gangs, the fucking Brahmi armies, and the Mardi scum. You have been out there. See any around?你只不過係其中一個人飲醉咗，於是走去強姦佢哋啲女人，所以先至會俾人報復，跟住就吊死咗喺棵樹上邊。 即係騎咗一個人，唔係個個都係咁啊。OK，你中意啦，以為我條片喺 YouTube 上面唔見咗嘅，咁亂搞笑。I mean, okay. Okay, they're going to wipe you the fuck out, Titus. 唔係，如果我係咁講嘅話，如果我頭同尾個講法嘅話，會搞到佢哋會本身自己走去個城市入邊嗰度不斷係咁，即係捉鳩啲人嚟問㗎喎，所有外來嘅人都捉鳩嚟問。等佢哋有啲自信好啲嘅，等佢哋有啲自信好啲。Okay, you got this. You got the numbers. God damn right we do. We've done it before, ain't that right, fellas? We can call in reinforcements. He nodded nervously. This guy will be the first one to bow. I'm going to take off now.
I've got nothing to say to you. Why are you wasting your time?
Can I help you?
Just a moment. And there's no public phones nearby.
The closest phone booth is down the coast. Sorry for the inconvenience, Mum.
It's fine. I understand. Thank you anyway. I'm glad to see you again, dear.
The lady is distressed. Perhaps something more upbeat may cheer him up.
Please don't trouble yourself about me, sweetie. I was just hoping to make a call, but the Whirling's phone line isn't working. The union office probably has a phone, but I can't really get there. Or to the phone booth down the coast. And Gary's phone is dead too. The manager was vague about it. To let the young woman who is house sitting for us know that we may be delayed. Morel, my husband, and Gary were supposed to be back on Monday night, but they're still missing and I haven't heard from them. I was also hoping she'd heard from Morel.
You hear that? Someone is missing. There could be foul play afoot. You know, networks. Doing some good will alleviate the hangover. At least you're of use to someone.
That's just it. This isn't like him at all. He always plans his expeditions so carefully. But you have more important things to worry about.
More important than a missing expedition? I don't know. Expedition often leads to something interesting. Extremely rare species of insect. The water lock to the other side of the coast is broken. They are probably just stuck over there. And if you see him, let him know Lena is waiting for him here at the railing. He gets so tangled up in his work that he may not know that the water lock has been repaired and it's cold out there. That's all for now. Let's see now. 掹地嗰啲嘢都未做完，仲有22分鐘。再出城及睇下有啲咩新發現先。咦，琴日冇呢笪嘢嘅喎。Human being decomposed. Several footprints in the mud, left by workboots. Anywhere from 6 to 12 pair have walked here. 我屌你啊，70幾%都〜唔緊要，屌你老味！頭先啱先入嚟呢個路口先至 auto save 完，屌真係玩 save 路線，70幾%有咩可能？得啦，係有8個人喺度前後行嚟行去。The hardy boy in the main hall of rolling wrecks. Go over them one by one. 第一個普通工作靴，鋼指頭46碼。 musician Eugene or the muscle brown blonde Clint. Like as air, sing big of butt. Or number 41, smell like a wet, shanky. The glowing outlines of a standard workboot. Imping is twice as deep as others. The weight is exceed 200 kilograms. Fat Agnes. Carrying something. The last one. Bad個人. That's so interesting. The one of them seems to be missing. Anything else out of ordinary? This would be a good question to ask Titus. Where is the 8th man? Especially at a time like this. "7 days below freezing. The day before the day he's hanging was the last warm day." 即係嗰個人俾人吊咗上去之後，嗰一日就係氣温跌到0度以下，所以啲腳印先至喺泥土入邊保留咗7日咁耐。係咯，佢又問啦，你覺得呢一啲嘅 check 係有幾耐？7日啊！佢話1個星期嘅7日啊，邊有可能啊？個後院日日都會有人行過，而且你仲有天氣，你冇可能會 keep 到7日嘅喎啲腳印。有人佢講話呢7日以嚟全部都係0度以下，所以先 keep 到啲腳印喺度。而嗰個報案嘅人就咁啱係喺7日前打電話俾我哋。點解佢要拎過嚟呢？An aberration. One soul is smoother than the other. A driver would rear down the right shoes before the left. The accelerator is on the right. And remember that abandoned lorry cabin we found? With a piece of sandpaper glued to the photo. Ah, the lieutenant adjusts his glasses and his eye light up in excitement. Which means that the missing lady driver was also present at the lynching. That's it, she's the also. She is also the one running the drug chase. Interesting. Now we know who is the missing 8th person at the lynching. Do you think that Hardy and his boys could also be involved in the drug operation? Understood. We should still go and see what Titus Hardy's had got to say on the matter. This might throw him off, work in our advantage. So what else? What do you think happened here? What do I think? A mob of people brought something heavy to the tree. One of them was carrying the victim. They shuffled around, especially under the tree. Then, after hoisting him up, they stood in a semicircle facing his direction. At first glance, this appeared to be a lynching. Indeed, they all stood in a row here and looked at the tree. So far so good, only one thing missing. He looks at the tracks, face lighting up from the realization. Of course, there were 8 tracks, but there are only 7 Hardy's boy.咦，頭先已經明白咗，又要再睇多次個問題。上邊仲有一層啊！嗰間酒店。除咗露台之外，仲有上多一層。點上去嘅呢？點上去呢？
Looks like the circus left town, but the clowns are still here.
This person can front her higher. He really respects her. There is an 8th Hardy boy. It's a she, and you don't like us talking about her. That's right, we are not talking about this. This is a private Hardy boy matter. Nothing to do with your shit. And You're not cops here. Don't go digging around. If you don't want a bullet in your back of your head, I'm watching you. The scene. There is no point in pushing it further, he thinks. This is already a victory. We'll learn more about this 8th Hardy boy sooner or later. Guess what? I've connected you to a local drug trade. In the meantime, do you know that there is an abandoned lorry at the intersection that was used to move raw ingredients for drugs from Terminal B to Jamrock? The person driving it was present at the hanging. It was one of you who have connected to the footprint. Do you want to deliver the coup de grace? No, the thunder is his. Leave it to the lieutenant. No, to your honor, you have done it. Thank you. You are right, Titus. There is no local drug trade because it all controlled by you. You are the drug trade. That is a mighty interesting theory. I guess that's what you need to do, theoretically. A big, strong state-run monopoly would outcompete the runs on the street. Yeah, man, theoretically, that's what you do. To get rid of the gang, the dealers, even some of the junkies. You need a good, trustworthy people who take their places. Of course, Hardy, man. To run such a monopoly, he grins. For the good of the community, of course. My answer is fuck off. Mind your own business. There is no 8th Hardy. I run this goddamn scenes. Finally, you got something out of him. This could prove useful in the future. And here we go, back to the usual. I know. The little man raises his index finger excitedly. Fatty walked on all four. He's so fucking fat, he left 2 sets of fingerprints. Advanced phase theory. Thought complete. Learning cap of rhetoric raised to 5. +1 conceptualization. The mystery is mostly aesthetic.咦，好高呢㗎喎呢啲。 我揾翻佢老公，揾翻佢老公 ，Sheriff of 先去邊呢？搞錯啊！唔得，好眼瞓。自己眼瞓得，你真係唔係講得笑？喂！Attempt to reconstruct what is happening here. Oh. Judging by the size of the impact and the parallel line of blunt rubber, the cause was probably a motor vehicle.先爛咗個牌，咁個牌係 The sign broke the vehicle's fall into the canal. There are two good candidates, the Copius 40 and the Indiana 22. Oh shit. It's about the right size and the tire marks look like they have come from the skinny tire frequently found on a motor carriage. 連東森呢空都已經學壞啊 ！Breakthrough imminent。Here we go. Home await. Walk past Station 41 and through the market, past the bogey street, spearhead to the other side of the lake, the frozen eye at the center of district. Then past the video rental store on the corner, there, at the end of the street lighted with pine trees, a small house no larger than a matchbox. 11 Voyagers Row. You no longer live there. Those times are gone. And so are those people. Why did you come here? Why are you still here? And where's the deer? You have to get back to work. That's all you have right now.「仆街啦！揾得唔夠多想法添。我要跟住條 track 去嚟講呢，就點跟法呢？A spring brings the lever back to the original position. You still need to call the rotor lock to get across the canal. Some other way. 星期三先過到去，唔係嘛？
Any theories about what happened here? The traffic hooliganism? I hope not. Fortunately, we are not traffic cops. Should we get back to the murder? This could have only been Jacob Eel. The lieutenant patiently listened to the word coming from your mouth. After quitting the frustration, he became a recluse, a ghost driver, searching for death on the streets of Rivershire, speeding, jumping canals at night. Shut down. In conclusion, it's a colorful theory, but I don't believe Jacob Will did this. Should we go?星期三先過到去。 廢圖少咗咁多地方行嘅喂。係時候可以上去同嗰個人傾下，哇唔得真係好眼瞓。
The unpromising race pupil returns.
What have you got against them? Fine, they have recently fallen under the influence of a possibly sexually preferred female recon and an acoustic peddler. It's shameful. Find out yourself, endomorphic blob. 我應該知道究竟 racial enigma 係乜嘢啦。This storm is ready to be subsided by the Aphrodite superstay and can serve as a clock in your imagination. Maybe you need a call. I don't know about the rest, but it's clear that I should stop thinking about the ancient person out. Whatever you want to be. Scene. 哇唔得，眼瞓。我係眼瞓到呢一個點呢？我就係直頭發夢發到我嚟緊揀呢一個嘅 option 呢，隻 game 會俾咩反應我？哇屌！我係指住嗰個 option 嚟度讀啦，讀撚完之後呢，然之後我就瞓着咗，跟住就即刻見到隻 game 入邊個 character 喺度俾反應我，跟住我就醒翻。Is whatever you want is free association like a degenerate space hero. I see. 如果我要埋佢嗰邊嘅話，可能要搭下邊嗰啲。唔係啊！我係真係認真諗緊嘅。如果唔係，我唔會突然間瞓到發夢嘅直頭。我都覺得呢個可能係比較好。Fascinating。
啱啊！條你嗰陣時冇直播咋，你未見過我玩 Destiny 嘅時候眼瞓。我玩 Destiny 嘅時候眼瞓係直頭係失去意識，唔係向下，係向上嘅。跟住隻 game 就會推撚咗上去咯，跟住我個人一齊推撚咗上去啦。永遠都瞄唔撚到，黐人線。咩？頭先釣咗無數次魚啦，自己瞓唔瞓着自己唔知咩？真係黐線嘅。Wasteland of reality. You cannot withstand the wasteland of reality. 佢都仲係定，妖！咁你都開得門，你順手俾我執埋啲嘢佢啦。終於可以入去問佢啊！出邊好嘈，入邊相對嚟講好靜。Demand democracy.睇下有啲咩先。Hundreds of documents containing logistical data, two kinds of transactions stand out. Material coming into Refugio from the outside world, from Mundi, Glad, and even Ilmara. And the same material being handed over to company inside Refugio. Huron, Coal City, La Delta, and Jamrock are listed among the many districts where the imports are being sold. It is hard to make sense of this trinket, of these figures of company names, stage, quantity, and percentage. You try to focus, but the line getting blurry. Whatever hidden here is hidden well. Concentration isn't if love. Only a trained accountant with a background in logistics will be able to really make sense of it. However, there is a little handwritten note stuck on the side of the drawer.
To do this written in large uneven capital letter. Remember Leo. Referat shoes, special wearing brochure, water referats, plants, sweep office floor, more banners. The head of the Burnley's Union.佢嗰間酒店有一支特別嘅酒，係成個 list 入邊最奇怪嘅嘢，已經係大家都明嘅咁就。An imposing combination of a punch clock and a payphone is looking down at you from the wall. On looks on the side say token available during strike. Use change. The machine swallow your coin and seems to be waiting for your next move. 太難 interface 呢個。個主角諗下新嘢先，20個鐘。Wasteland of Reality 戒酒。It has been brought to your attention that you are an alcoholic, and that's a sickness, and it's killing you. You're calling on your knees for life, your booze-filled belly dragging on the ground, your brain now fuzzy, now in overdrive, your hair sticking together with today's cold sweat and yesterday's vomit. Perhaps they're right. Anything is better than this. Even bone dry reality itself. Maybe you can quit. 研究緊嘅時候會暫時減2 physical， 我已經係好撚低嘅咯 physical instrument， 仲要再減2。但係為咗幫個主角戒酒啊！高啦！睇下我件衫入邊。收集緊雨水 ，Wild Pines。之前嗰個大嬸嗰間公司嘅名。Forge in Arden.
Half-Life 係乜鬼嘢嚟嘅？哦。
Container, container, I'll turn you nice and red. Container, container, put the logos on.
From the Renascent Peninsula of Ruby's Sunt.
Container, container, used to be Walpines. Container, container, now belongs to Everett. Everett, 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 he looks after everyone. Huh? Well, hey there. How can I help you, mister? I see you're not a union man, mister. Did you get lost? You're not one of them scabs, are you?
What is with you people and scabs?
I mean, I don't personally mind. Folks is just folks, you know, and folks gotta eat. Just some of the other guys don't look too kindly on the scabbing kind, if you know what I mean, mister.
Thank you for clarifying that, sir. What are you doing with the container? The container in the yard are green in wild pine's livery, and the mountains rising behind Leo is all red in Union colors. Not really. Red didn't tell me all the big things. Say I go and tell them to everyone. 咁啊係啊，你咁蠢。The journal is guarding the gate. I'm telling to take some time off. Don't go all bad cops on this simple, friendly fella. But what did they actually do? It's not going to be anything useful anyway. Don't fight it. Better to go with the foe.
A real nice guy. Edgar and he helped too. Huh? Lady. Who is this Miss Bilford?佢真係嘅 game 係內建提示喎。Stay on the Mrs. Bilford topic。For a fraction of a second, there is sadness in his eyes. Okay, so this is the union fixer, the gardener.咁啲酒有咩咁出奇呢？Oh, the welding cook, he makes it. Them is always talking with Mr. Manana in the real language and laughing together. He doesn't speak when we speak. He is from Grad. Both nice fella. They have lived together their entire life in this here neighborhood. Went to the same school we did when we were boys.
究竟佢可以吹幾耐呢？從來都冇人問過佢呢啲嘢，佢可以自己不停係咁吹嘅。突然間又會落雪嘅，屌你！咦？ Typical plow play. Wait for him to speak first. Show him you have got the backbone. Embryophobia, a childhood condition. Like a general over his map, he plot his move. Judging by the way he's licking his chop, he's going to be a good one. So...
Mr. Dubois, Mr. Kitsuragi, how nice that you found a moment to pay a visit to the Debargers Union. I'm Everard Clare, head of this little operation here. Please, have a seat.
You go ahead, detective.
Forget about that. What is with this the boys stuff? You're getting some serious bad vibe from the name.
Please, Mr. Dubois, let us converse in a civilized manner as equals. Take a seat, I insist. Very well, Mr. Dubois. I respect a man with strong convictions. I, too, have convictions, one of which is that I will not engage any man who won't face me at eye level. Should you find yourself more amenable in the future, I'd gladly resume our conversation. But until then, I'm afraid I must ask you to leave. Excellent, Mr. Dubois. I can see that you're a reasonable man, and reasonable men can be of great use to one another.
So tell me, how can the head of the Debargers Union help a representative of the Revachol Citizens Militia today?
The most uncomfortable chair in the world is violating your backside.
Oh, by the way, I heard you got a rather rude reception from a certain Lawrence Garte. Some people have no manners, it pains me to say. This should take care of that nonsense. It should be sufficient to cover your expenses for a few days and patch over your differences with the cafeteria manager. Go ahead, take it.
Hey, it's 25. That's good money. Think of all the stuff you could... Huh. Hảo大張支票就係得25蚊。
Yes, I know Lawrence. He's a real character. No union man in him. A real piece of work, that boy is. Okay. I respect a man with principles. No handouts, then. Now, I'd like to set your mind at ease about one other matter. Your lost gun. Let me assure you, Union people are on it as we speak. I've got my best hounds looking for that lost gun. Lost gun. Lost gun.
即係佢知我唔見嘅槍，佢仲要揾緊。佢咁多人可能已經揾到添啦。
I know everything, Harry. Right now I know that you're worried. Don't be worried. Everything's going to be all right. It's not like you left it loaded. You didn't lose a loaded gun. Local children aren't out there playing with it right now, pointing it into their own mouths. It's in a safe place. I just know it. I have a feeling everything's going to be all right.
Officer, we will deal with this later. We don't need Mr. Clare's help with this.
I wouldn't be so sure about that.
Officer, we will...
I wouldn't be so sure about that.
Fuck! 點撚樣
Mr. Dubois, you don't look so good. Mr. Dubois! Mr. Dubois! Harry!
There are no Harrys. Let your mind go to your safe place.
Mr. Dubois, are you okay? Can I get you a glass of water or something? Are you having some kind of medical emergency?
Maybe you could use your hand somehow, in a kind of throwing motion, like you're throwing the Mr. Dubois X right back at him. He is Mr. Dubois.
Don't be dramatic. I can see your condition isn't terminal.
What an odd demonstration of... Huh? You got me, Harry. I don't even know what. As entertaining as it was, I'm afraid we're wasting our time, and I'm an extremely busy man as I...
Okay, enough. We are here to ask you some questions pertaining to a murder investigation.
I didn't want to bring it up, Harry. I heard you have become Madras race pupil. Oh, of course, there is your main things here. That's why you're in Martinis. I know everything that goes on around here, and I would love to discuss with you. I mean, there is
is no secret that the lynching is connected to the strike. So much to talk about. Honestly, it has been weighing on me heavy. I understand you need to interview me. I sense there is a but. But there is a thing that's been keeping me up at night. I want to talk about the hanging. I mean, if we could just calmly talk, exchange information, we could blow these things wide open. But I can't think straight with this thing waiting on me. Suddenly, he slapped himself on the forehead. You're a police officer, aren't you? I have a crazy idea. You guys are basically door opening machine. Incredibly talented at opening doors.因為嗰實在太樣衰，我真係唔係好想，真係唔係好想幫佢做嘢喎，屌嗱聲啊！To hide your confusion, I mean, see what his game is first. Now I'm actually a very busy man, so is there anything I can do for you, Harry? A pity the mystery of you would have to remain a mystery for the time being. don't feel like you shouldn't work with her just because you and I are such good friends. I'm not a jealous guy. Whoa, that's so right of him. Suspiciously nice. Holy shit. As simple as that. But I myself have nothing to hide. Your business is your business and I respect your privacy. Just remember, none of this is a secret. None of this is secret. Tell her about all of it. My brother's picture, my singing swordfish clock. Tell her how overweight I am and how I'm helping you find your lost gun. Tell her about everything. Who knows? Only thing is certain, if you work with him, you're going to get it back, and working with him may be the only way to do it. Thanks. I was wondering how I'm supposed to get out. 呢條友真係好撚乞人憎喎，我係咪可以懟鳩佢咧？其實頭先係真正嘅 boss fight。好彩阿叔血厚，頂得住。已經盡嘅咯喎，唔可以再行。好，咁我玩住咁多先啦。自己都已經瞌眼瞓啦，咁我哋聽日先至再玩過啦。有趣嘅遊戲，但係真係睇字好辛苦。我哋聽日先再玩過啦嚇，拜拜。